that retirement is for wimps. Please, everybody, right now, put your hands together for Mark Palchik, everybody. Mark Palchik.
Oh, thank you. You know, I am a 70-year-old stand-up comedian from the insurrection capital of America, Washington, D.C. And I love it. Except, you know, it's getting so expensive. You wouldn't believe what it costs these days to buy a politician. Yeah, and they're not worth it. Both DC and Florida have politicians that tweeted, "The Jews control the weather." Come on. We haven't been able to control the weather since we left Egypt the first time. And let me tell you a secret. If we really had that superpower, we just keep Manhattan at 78.6. Nice and toasty. Hey, I'm a pretty good salesman. Now, a good salesman knows how to rebrand. Back in the days before Hanukkah bushes were invented, Evan, explain it to the rest of the crew. I was selling these tree toppers. There were these beautiful blue Christmas stars right on top of the tree. Problem is, the only people I knew were Jews. And Jews don't typically buy Christmas ornaments. I mean, think about it. A Jew buying a Christmas tree topper makes about as much sense as a devout Catholic buying a condom. And neither one knows what to do with it. But that year, in every Jewish household, there was a nice blue Hanukkah star. I'm a pretty good salesman. A good salesman believes in what they're selling. I only applied to 2 colleges, Miami University and Ohio University. When I got my acceptance letter, oh, it was so great. The first week of summer, I went down with my friends to register. Now, back then, they didn't have computers. Everything was on a 3x5 card, and it was put there by this mechanical device. It was called a typewriter. You can still find these in the Smithsonian and the home office of President Joe Biden. When I went up to register, they didn't have my information. Oh, come on. The letter's back home. Don't make me drive. Let me in. And they did. 30 years later, my parents sent me my important papers, my diplomas from high school, from Miami, from law school, and my one acceptance letter from Ohio University. I never got accepted by Miami. I'm a pretty good salesman. Now, a good salesman never lies. They don't always tell the whole truth either. In high school, I picked a fight with the school bully, Brett Hammer. Why? Because I'm a fucking idiot. I disparaged his mother virtue, and I offered to meet him after school. I threw the first punch. He threw the second. He was unmarked. I had my nose and both cheekbones shattered. Because it was on school grounds, we had to go to juvie court. He drove up on his Harley. I got driven by the school principal. He wore his black leather jacket and colors. I wore my lucha libre band-aids over my shattered cheekbones and nose. The judge knew him very well. So, Mr. Hammer, what brings you here this time? Well, Your Honor, Mr. Palchik called my mother a whore. He threw the first punch. I threw the last punch. End of story. Mr. Palchik, is that true? Your Honor, the dude is 6'8". He weighs 350 pounds if he weighs an ounce. I'm 5'9". I only weigh 110 pounds. Do I look like an idiot? Well, with those bandages, and then he threw the book at him. But he couldn't afford it to pay my hospital bills, so I got his Harley, bandages and all. Hey, look, I'm a pretty good salesman. You know what I don't like? Just because I'm 70, people think I'm old. Old age is an attitude, not a number. Well, unless you've been pushed off that great cliff, pushed out of a job because of your age, lose your job, lose all sense of purpose. Before you know it, you are sitting in death's lobby, Florida. And I'm not old. I walk my dog every day. twice a day for 2 hours. All right, should only be an hour and a half, but that dog stops every 10 minutes so I can pee. I'm Mark Palchik. Thank you very much.
Mark Palchik, everybody. All right.